Page 97, Ragtime Dance. Ragtime music. They talk about it a few pages earlier than this. You can read about that, Scott Joplin and so forth. Ragtime music uses a lot of syncopation. So if you can get down the rhythm, it can be a lot of fun to play. On the previous page in the reading, they give you the type, and this is the same kind of rhythm we had with that previous video we had on the, this is page 96 at the top, and here, 1 and 2 and 3. It's like that rhythm we had before. But on ragtime, they might switch it up just a little bit. So it's here, 1 and 2 and 3 and. See, because those 2 eighth notes are tied. Now, what you can do when you have things like this, and if the rhythm is bothering you, is you temporarily take out the tie and play all the notes and see if that'll help you. So yeah, this way it would be 1 and 2 and 3. See, we just take out this syncopation when we do that. Then once you get that, put the tie back in. You think playing that other note, but you just hang on to the first one. 1 and here, and that rhythm is all over the place. The notes are different, but the rhythm's basically the same. So you're starting here and you're crossing over for the B occasionally when you need to. Let's go to the second line. 1 and 2 and 3. And then once you cross over and come down. Now we changed hand positions. 1 and 2 and 3. Crunch up and we go back to where we were. Like so. Now the last line, look out. 1 and 2 and 3 and we're doing that change again, and then reach up, 4th finger here, just come up 1. 1 and 2 and 3. Now see, reach up, F sharp, and then F natural. So the last line, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and like so. Try and play it all legato when you're working this out. Try and connect all the notes and try to feel your way around here. You want to get eventually, it'd be nice if you could play this without looking at the keyboard, where you can feel this type of thing, or reaching up a note here from here to here, or whatever, you know, without, you have to look at first, but eventually you want to be able to feel that. Left hand, you got the broken chords, and the bottom staff there is in treble clef. So it's, you're up here at C chord, and then the 5/7 chord. You do that again. Second line, second measure, your bass clef. Now you're down here. It's an A D. Here, and then third line, you back up here, doing what you did. Last line, or bass clef again, and then here, it's a B and an F, and then a C, E, and come down. Yeah, that's fun. Slowly put them together. It's here. You can tell how the notes line up vertically between the staves when the hands play together. It's here, here. Now this is tied, and then here. Those are together. Like so. Second line. You're here. You have a rest there in the right hand or left hand, so lift up on that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So work out where you can play the hands together. If you have any hesitations, work on those spots and get rid of the hesitations. No hesitation. That beat has to be solid. Now, it doesn't matter how fast you go, but the beat has to be steady. You can speed it up later. Then you can add the articulation. There's no articulation to speak of. They have phrasing in the right hand. just lift up between the phrases. In the left hand, there's nothing. And usually, a lot of times in ragtime, that makes sense, doesn't it? Okay. You'll separate the notes. Not really short staccato, but separate the notes. Just let it bounce along. Not always, but a lot of times you'll do that in ragtime. So it's here. Type thing. So you work out with some articulation. You can go back and add the dynamics. They don't really give you much in dynamics. You're starting out moderately loud at the beginning. That's the right hand. Keep the left hand out of the way. It's just supporting. And you can get a little louder and softer if you feel it that way. And then when you get down to the third line, now you're soft. That's the right hand. The left hand has to be really soft. Last line, you're starting out moderately loud again. Then you have a crescendo. You're going to crescendo up to loud in the last measure. So you don't want to be loud until the last measure. And there's not a lot of difference between moderately loud and loud. So you have to plan it out. In my opinion, you could start the last line moderately soft. Or soft, you've been soft. And then you got more room to get louder here, but if here it's moderately loud, it'd be the whole measure. And I'd do the next measure same. Now maybe the next measure just a hair louder. And that's loud. Don't get loud till there. So you have to plan your crescendos out so they last. And that's why it helps to maybe go down to soft or moderately soft to start it here. If you start soft, then you can go up to moderately soft on the next measure. And then you can go up to moderately loud on the third measure. Now you're loud. That's my impression of it. Speed-wise, well, it's up to you and what can you do it without hesitations, and the eighth notes are even and everything is there like it should be. Moderately allegro is on the fast side of moderate. Moderately allegro moderato. I'll get it right. Just give me a moment. And to me, that's about what I've been doing. To me, at the end of the second line, that's where I would get soft right there, because this leads into this. I would connect all that together. I don't disconnect a lead in like that to what comes out, because it leads into it. It's got to be connected. Here, connected. So I would play, you wouldn't. No. So I would be soft there, or moderately loud, then soft immediately. Right there is my opinion of what it should be. The P, if I were your teacher there, I would take a pencil and I'd put in a P on the second beat of the last measure of the second line on page 97, blah, 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 blah. A couple minor things I want to point out here. You will notice in the first two lines, they give you slurs over the right hand. Every couple of measures. The second line, the slurs over three measures in a beat. In the last two lines, there's no slurs or anything. My impression is, or it could be an error in the music. Maybe they just forgot to put slurs in there too. Because all of a sudden, you're not going to find music where it opens it up, okay, do anything you want. Although in ragtime music, you might. Who knows? So just keep in mind, if you want to continue the slurring you did, the same style of slurring you did on the first two lines, for the second two lines, that's fine. If you want to alter it up a bit or do your own slurring, they don't give you anything. You do anything you want. Oh. I would connect that. The last three notes of the second line, I'd connect that on. I mean, I put in staccatos. I can have fun. Anything goes. It's up to you. You work it up on your own. I'd like to do a play with me so we can double check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics, and we're going to go really, really slow because we just want to check notes and rhythms. You can turn it into music later on. Have fun with it. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready and go, and 1 and